welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. How are you doing? Do you want to come closer? I want you to. Better, but off centre. Now better. Welcome to the book haul for, well, I'm filming this in May, but this will be going up in June. Is it a May book haul? Is it a June book haul? Existential crisis. It's a book haul. And it's made up of books that I've been sent from the publisher, one book I bought myself, some books I've been sent from my wish list, which is lovely, like quite a few from my wish list. I can only assume it was because I was celebrating my 10-year, oh my god, it might be today, no it's not, 10-year booktube anniversary, so maybe that's why people have sent me some stuff, but lovely. In fact, let's start with those, and also some books that are proofs that one of my lovely friends have sent to me because they have been finished with them. So let's start with the ones that have been sent to me from my wish list. So first of all, we've got Daphne du Maurier's Castle Door. On my wish list I put all of the Daphne du Maurier books that I don't own. I have read, let me tell you the ones I've read from Daphne du Maurier because they're up here, you can't see them. Rebecca, House on the Strand, The Parasites, My Cousin Rachel, Frenchman's Creek, The Birds, The Scapegoat, Jamaica Inn, The King's General, and that bottom one, I don't know what that bottom one is. 2 seconds. Oh, The Rendezvous. It's a short story collection. I've also read, but got rid of because I didn't enjoy it, Mary Jane and The Glassblowers. I have on my shelves, that I haven't read, The Doll, the short stories, The Flight of the Falcon, Rule Britannia, shortly to be joined by Castle Door as well, The Loving Spirit, which is her first one, and I think that might be it. So I'm gradually getting through all of them, aren't I? I'll be devastated when they're all read, but let's find out what this one's about. So this is both a spellbinding love story and a superb evocation of Cornwall's mythic past. Castle Door is a book with unique and fascinating origins. It began life as the unfinished, I remember this, it began life as the unfinished last novel of Sir Arthur Quiller Couch, celebrated Q, and was passed by his daughter to Daphne du Maurier, whose storytelling skills were perfectly suited to the task of completing the old master's tale. The result is this magical, compelling recreation of the legend of Tristan and Iseult, transplanted in time to 19th century Cornwall. A chance encounter between a Breton onion seller, Amiot Trestan, and the newlywed Lynette Lewarne launches their tragic story, taking them into the fateful footsteps of the doomed lovers of a Cornish legend. Great. Lovely stuff. And I had a really good time reading a Daphne du Maurier book that I'd never heard of called The Parasites last year, and absolutely loved that. So hopefully that'll be the same situation here. Great front covers. Love these front covers. There we go. Then I was sent, this is so adorable, this is going on my summer TBR, Garlic and the Witch by Bree Paulson, which is a beautiful little graphic novel about a garlic and, you guessed it, a witch. Garlic loves spending time with witch Agnes Carrot and her new friend, the vampire she calls Count, who has proven to be a delightful neighbour to the village of vegetable people. But the ingredient which Agnes needs to brew, Count, a vegetarian blood substitute, can only be found at the magic market, far from the valley. Before she knows it, Garlic finds herself nervously preparing for a journey. But Garlic is experiencing another change too. Finger by finger, she appears to be turning human, which Agnes assures her this is normal for her garden magic, but Garlic can't help worrying. What if she doesn't want to be human after all? In this delicious companion novel to Garlic and the Vampire, there's more. Bree Paulson sets her lovable, anxious heroine on another adventure, one that is daunting and exciting at the same time. Suitable for ages 8 to 12, and me. There we go. Then I've got Hagstone by Sinead Gleeson, which I'm very excited about. The sea is steady for now, the land readies itself. What can be done with the woman on the cliff? On a wild and rugged island, cut off and isolated to some, artist Nell feels the island is her home. It is the source of inspiration for her art, rooted in landscape, folklore and the feminine. The mysterious Inions, a commune of women who have travelled there, this sounds amazing, from all over the world, consider it a place of refuge and safety, of solace in nature. All the islanders live alongside the strange murmurings that seem to emanate from within the depths of the island, a sound that is almost supernatural, a summoning as the Inians call it. One day a letter arrives at Nell's door from the reclusive Inians, who invite her into the commune to produce a magnificent art piece celebrating their long history. In its creation, Nell will discover things about the community and about herself that will challenge everything she thought she knew. Beautifully written, prescient, I don't know what prescient means, like relevant, is that what that means? And eerily haunting, this debut novel from acclaimed Irish bestseller Sinead Gleeson takes in the darker side of human nature and the mysteries of faith and the natural world. It's been blurbed by some absolute stonkers on the back here. Louise Kennedy, Evie Wilde, Roddy Doyle, David Nichols. Yeah, she's looking forward to it. Very much so. And then I've also been sent Lottery, by Patricia Wood, The Fortunes and Misfortunes of Perry L. Crandall. Lottery, The Fortunes and Misfortunes of Perry L. Crandall. Now, I've got a reading journal that I've got this year. It's over there and I can't be bothered to stand up. And in that, at the beginning of each month, they get an author to recommend a book. And the author recommended this book, and I couldn't get it on Kindle, couldn't get it at my library, it wasn't in Waterstone, so I popped it on the old wish list and somebody has provided it to me and I'm very excited to read it. Perry L. Crandall knows what it's like to be an outsider. With an IQ of 76, he's an easy mark. Before his grandmother died, she armed Perry well with what he'd need to know, the importance of words and writing things down and how to play the lottery. Most important, she taught him whom to trust, a crucial lesson for Perry when he wins the multi-million jackpot. As his family descends, moving in on his fortune, his fate and his few true friends, he has a lesson for them. Never underestimate Perry L. Crandall. Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you so much to people who sent me things off my wish list. It's always such a delight, and I'm very, very thankful. A few of these didn't arrive with notes, which is fine if you don't want to. I never say people's names on here when I'm thanking anyway. But yeah, they're just to say that I've received them and thank you very much. I'm really, really happy with them. David's playing some music in there. What's that you got on there, David? He's got the playlist on to This Is Us. Do you remember
this? This is a Spotify has kindly made me my own personal kitchen disco music.
And how is it? Kitchen playlist.
I mean, yeah, because it's not disco, because it's very low.
Very low.
Low energy.
Low energy. He's in there, he's making a school cake. Does anyone, outside of the UK, you might not know what a school cake is, but it's basically like a plain sponge with a layer of icing sugar and then sprinkles on top, and you used to have it at school. The ones I remember from school always had pink icing, but I see it with white icing a lot of time. I don't think we've got any red. Oh, we might have some purple icing. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? And he's making cornbread because we're going for a barbecue at my sister's tomorrow, and then he'll be making dinner for me while I'm doing Patreon book club. So there we go. Then the next book is one that I bought. You may well have seen this from my reading vlog from when I spent a solo day in London, which I had a lovely time. I will link that video down below. But I went to the Tate Britain, and while I was in the Tate Britain, I bought this book, One Photo a Day Keeps the Doctor Away, Inspiring Ways to Slow Down and Look Around by Gousto. And this is 200 photo challenges, whereby it gives you a prompt or something they want you to take a photo of, and it's a sort of a discussion point, and then you can, I've been posting it on my Instagram, I've only done one, but the first one I had to do was go to an art gallery, useful because that's where I bought this book, or a museum today, and choose one work to take home with you. So I actually took home a postcard of my favourite piece of art from that day. What have you called, Deppy? Which was a boaty print of The Only Blonde in the World, which is a pop art print of a very intricate piece of work on Marilyn Monroe, and then sort of like more pop arty stuff surrounding her, and I just loved it. And I went on a tour which was talking about women being perceived by women in art. God, I just love that tour so much. It was a free tour at the Tate Britain. Go and spend a day there, it was amazing. And yeah, I took that home with me and took a little photo. So that was the first challenge. The next challenge, which I think I might be doing tomorrow, because I think maybe next year we'll introduce these challenges into the Friday reading vlogs. But for now, I'm just sort of going to pick them up and go with them. So the next one, number 2, is go outside today and photograph the season. How would you portray it without resorting to cliches? So we're here on the sort of brink of spring into summer. It's the end of May. Like I say, by the time you're watching this, it will be June. And I was trying to think of something that would sort of epitomise that time of year for me. Again, without resorting to cliches, as it says here in the book. And I guess cliches, so they give an example of a few cliches. So there's a lot of like autumn cliches here, but I guess a beach or a cherry tree full in bloom and things like that. They're sort of the classic sort of summer or spring items, and I was thinking about what summer or spring means to me, and I'm not a big summer girl, you'll know, but one thing I do really love about summer is eating food outside. So that is one of my favourite things that I love to do. So we're going to my sister's for a barbecue tomorrow, and I'm going to make a beautiful rainbow sort of tabbouleh, and I'm going to take a photo of that outside. I mean, it is going to be really windy tomorrow, but I thought that sort of, for me, epitomises what this time of year, the spring into summer and maybe even a bit more summery, feels like to me, and that feels like the season to me. So yeah, so it was a good thing, because me and David were talking about that as well for a really long time. We were trying to think of like ways that we could talk about the season, or ways that you could show the season without resulting to cliche. So I really enjoyed chatting about that, and then I'll look forward to the next thing that I can't get round to doing. But yeah, you may well have already seen it on my Instagram, the picture of the food outside. So there we go. Then I've got 2 books that were sent to me, which are proofs that were sent to me by a friend who had finished with them. The first one is, this came out in May, so Consider Yourself Kissed by Jessica Stanley. I love the cover of this with this pigeon holding cherries in their mouth, but very much enjoyed it. So it says, when she first meets Adam, Coralie is new to London and feeling adrift, but Adam is clever, witty, and he insists a 1/4 of an inch taller than the average British male. His charming 4-year-old daughter, Zora, only adds to his appeal. But 10 years on, something important is missing from the life Coralie and Adam have built, or maybe, having gained everything she dreamed of, Coralie has lost something she once had herself. It says, set against an eventful decade that included the soap opera of 5 prime ministers plus Brexit and COVID, Consider Yourself Kissed puts the subject of love and family on a grand stage, showing how the intimate dramas in our homes inescapably compete for energy and attention with the shared public dramas of our times. That sounds exciting, doesn't it? Told over 10 years of one woman's life, Consider Yourself Kissed is an unforgettable literary love story that effortlessly balances sweetness with bite, the public with the personal, the humour with heart. What's the grown-up meaning of happily ever after? I think it sounds great. I'm really looking forward to it. And then I've got Bitter Honey by Carol Lewis. And it says here, Hannah has lived at Berlin-Deg all her life. Her husband came to live at the orchard when they got married. Tonight she prepares for his funeral as he lies in the parlour. Over 50 years of marriage, a lifetime of memories dissipating in the impossibility of his stillness. He was a writer and a beekeeper who came to understand the world through the language of bees. He has left her 11 letters, the exact same number as there are frames in a beehive. Each letter is an examination of an aspect of their marriage. The morning of the funeral, Sadie, Hannah's estranged little sister, comes back home for the service. As the letters unfold, they reveal a devastating secret that will make Hannah have to reevaluate her entire life. That sounds bloody lovely as well, doesn't it? Really good. I'm looking forward to that, by a Welsh novelist. So yeah, there we go. And thank you very much to that person who sent them to me. Very exciting. Then I've got the books from the publisher, some very exciting stuff from the publisher. The first one being a cookbook, and you know I love a cookbook. I mean, I've just got rid of some cookbooks, but there's always room for more. Ferment by Kenji Morimoto. Simple ferments and pickles and how to eat them. I love pickled stuff. I'm already thinking about the jar of balsamic onions I've got in the fridge at the moment. Pickled stuff and fermented stuff and kimchi and all sorts of that. And this is recipes where you can use those things as ingredients, but also how to make certain ferments and misos and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into it. You might remember my sister gave me a book that she had received as a gift for fermenting, but it was a little bit too much. It was a bit advanced, I would say, and this does not seem that. So it gives you different ways of brining, and here we go, garam masala sauerkraut, for instance, and it gives you the exact talk through of how to do it. And then fermented crudités, David would be into that. And then, like I said, at the end we've got recipes that involve these ingredients, these ferments, these kimchis, etc. So we've got 10-minute miso peanut butter kimchi noodles. That sounds lovely. Here we go. That looks yummy, doesn't it? And then other stuff. Trying to find stuff that isn't chicken. Oh my god, there's a quiche. Shit, there's a quiche, guys. Bacon, leek, and kimchi quiche. Now, I would probably, in this instance, replace the bacon with onion, or replace it with sun-dried tomatoes. Oh my god, that would be so good. Look at that. So yeah, I'm gonna have a good time fermenting myself silly with this. Next up is another non-fiction book, and this is Not Just a Period by Dr. Hazel Wallace. Reclaim your cycle, harness your hormones, and take control of your health. And it came with this very lovely little pin, which is a drop of blood that says it's not just a period. And guys, when I'm next on my period, I will be wearing this badge. So yeah, I love to read books about periods. I have long suffered with my periods, and touch wood, books. They were made from wood, weren't they? It's been on the last year. It was on the improve because I went to a gynecologist and they put me on the pill after having not been on the pill for a long time because it sort of didn't go well with my mental health. But I'd been on the pill and my period pains completely disappeared, which was just monumental for someone who suffered with such bad period pains for like 20 years. And they are slowly creeping back in every month. Like it's just getting a little bit more painful, a little bit more like it used to be. Nowhere near as bad as it used to be, but like I can feel that. So yeah, it's a shame because it was wonderful. When I started taking the pill, I thought, hello, we've cracked it, guys. But it is creeping back now. But I do love to read about periods. So this is talking about sort of reclaiming your cycle, harnessing your hormones and taking control of your health. And Dr. Hazel's pioneering and highly practical book teaches you what's normal and what's not, so you can spot red flags and challenge your expectations of what you should and shouldn't put up with. For FYI, periods should not be that painful. How to optimize your health and performance across the cycle by adjusting your nutrition, movement and sleep, even your skincare. How to navigate changes and fluctuations in body image, libido and mood across the menstrual cycle. How to speak to partners, family and health professionals to advocate best for yourself and your needs. It's time to feel empowered, not held back with the unique way your body works. With Dr. Hazel's advice, you can finally live happily alongside your cycle. Dr. Hazel, I want to do that. Then I've got Sarah Moss's new book, Ripeness. Sarah Moss's new fiction book. Sarah Moss is getting the books out. She's just brought out a memoir, which I'm very excited to read. And I'm going to listen to it on audio. But this is her new book, which comes out, when will it come out? 22nd of May. So it's already out by now. It says, it is the 60s, and just out of school, Edith finds herself travelling to rural Italy, already interested. She has been sent by her mother with strict instructions to see her sister through the final weeks of her pregnancy, then make a phone call which will seal this baby's fate and his mother's. Decades later, happily divorced and newly energised, Edith is living a life of contentment and comfort in Ireland. When her best friend Maeve receives a call from an American man claiming to be her brother, Maeve must decide if she will meet him, and she asks Edith for help. There we go. I really love, some of Sarah Moss's books have been my faves. Like I love Strangers in Iceland, Names for the Sea, and it's not called The Fault in Our Stars. What am I thinking of? The one that's the great one about the plague. People will know that name. But yeah, so I'm hoping this is up there as well. Then I received a lovely little velvet ribboned book with a lovely letter saying, Dear Lauren, we are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted to Marshwood House with your first term commencing in autumn this year. Marshwood House is a specialist school designed for young women, that's me, with unique gifts. I wonder what my unique gift is. Established in the 1800s, Marshwood House has taken in hundreds of gifted girls over the years and brought them to the sanctuary and isolation of Inisule, a remote island in the Scottish Highlands. During your time here, you will learn how to understand and control your gift through lessons with experienced staff. You will also partake in seasonal celebrations such as All Hallows Eve, Winter Solstice and Midsummer. This is speaking to me. We look forward to welcoming you to Marshwood House. And here's my husband.
How big of a difference is mils and grams?
Probably not that much if you're not, yeah.
Because I just realised that I've been measuring everything in mils.
No, you'll be fine.
Alright.
You'll be fine.
There you go.
So yeah, there we go. It sounds lovely, doesn't it? It's by Lisa M. Sylvan and it's called Dangerous Girls. Everyone loves a fairy tale until they realise they're the villain. And I will enjoy wearing this little black velvet ribbon. So yeah, when's this out? September this year. It does sound very autumnal, and the fact that you're taking part in sort of like seasonal stuff, that's going on the old autumn reading list. Don't throw that, that can stay. And then the last book I got, which was so exciting, and I didn't realise would be coming with such an exciting little package that my niece is going to love. It's Hamza Yassim's new book, Hamza's Wild World, which is packed with fun animal facts. Now, books like this, when I was younger, I loved books like this. They were normally sort of big hardback books, sort of like encyclopedia stuff. You rarely got sort of like paperback books with this sort of things in it, but this has got loads and loads of really fun animal facts. For example, I've just opened a page on animal tracks. As animals move through the landscape, they leave clues behind. Footprints, for example, tell us what animal has been there and give us quite a lot of information about how they move. You can do some detective work by looking for these tracks and other clues. So then it gives you what a cat might look like, what cat's tracks might look like, what an otter's might look like, what a fox's might look like, a carrion crow, a badger, a duck, a heron, a dog, a rabbit. And it says footprints are not the only clues. Look out for tufts of fur, especially on barbed wire or thorns. feathers, broken eggshells or remains of meals such as nibbled nuts or gnawed bark. You can also, it says here, for clues about poo, see there? So yeah, this is, I would have been really, really into this when I was younger. I will probably keep this here to read with my niece. She's got quite into sort of having a particular book that someone is reading out to her. So I think I will do that because it also comes with this really, really fun adventure box. So in this, and I didn't know this was coming, so this is so lovely. You get a bag that you put your stuff in. And then in here, and I don't want to, I'm not going to take anything out of the box because I don't want to ruin it for her. I want her to see it. But you've got, and it shows you what's on the box. So you've got a magnifying glass, a pair of binoculars, a whistle, a compass, and a flashlight, or a torch as we would call it here in the UK. So I think she is going to be beside herself. She's going to be really, really excited about this. So yeah, I think next time she comes around, I will say, I've got a little present for you. And we'll have a little look through the book and maybe we'll go out and try and find some tracks or something like that. And have a little lovely time. So yeah, there we go. So those, you could probably hear David making cake in there. So those are the books that I have received and got my hands on in the month of May/June. Let me know if any of these books excite you. Let me know what you think of them, and I will see you all again soon for another booktube video. Goodbye.